There are two outcomes that I hope that we can achieve together in our short time that we have. Number one, let's have some fun. But number two, I hope to provide some information that is going to help you look at how we connect with people in this virtual world. So to get started, let's make this session as interactive as we can. And to do that, I want us to use the chat room. The last few months, it's just been crazy. There's been so many changes that have happened to all of us everywhere that many people don't know even where to start when it comes to thinking about their future. We're just a couple of days away from How to Hybrid, reimagining meetings and events. This is a hybrid event about hybrid events. That Bob has had that exact same experience. It's really hard to keep in touch with your team while you're working from home. And I know there's a lot of stuff that talks about how productive everybody is. But if you're feeling distracted because you're homeschooling your kids or you have too many things going on, you know what? It's okay. You're not abnormal. All of us are trying to deal with everything that's going on. And we all know that we have been asked to socially distance for the good of everybody. And let's face it, we have to get through this pandemic. We need to work to make sure that we control the virus. However, while we're physically distancing, we have to remember that we must stay in touch with other people. That's why I've created this talk that's called Social Tightening While Social Distancing. And hopefully, we're gonna have a lot of fun together over the next 20 minutes. And we cannot just imagine that having some sort of a digital connection, a like, a link, a share, and a follow, is gonna keep relationships vibrant and thriving as we have been asked to quarantine now for 7 months. And the predictions are this is gonna go on for 6 to 18 more months. I want you to remember this. Over the course of the next year, who's doing a better job of keeping in touch with important people in their lives? You and your team, or your competitor? What is happening next week that is stressing people out? Oh my gosh, we have an election in the United States next week, don't we?
We're being asked to physically distance. But while we're doing that, we need to keep the relationships alive. It is time that everybody embrace this idea of social tightening while social distancing. And it's up to you. It's not going to happen if you sit around and wait for relationships to just happen.
For those of you who may or may not know, my wonderful co-host, Eliz Green, she has spent like the last 4 years doing research around stress and uncertainty. And 2020, I mean, it's like an Easter basket of stress and uncertainty.
The only way you can do it is you have to declare that you're going to do it. I call it accomplishing things by declaration. That is, I let people know I'm going to go do this outlandish thing that they wouldn't expect of me.
And special thanks to Mary, who added that little part about how she's keeping in touch with the people in her neighborhood and with her family during these really, really crazy times. This has been a lot of fun. So everybody, I hope you're enjoying these episodes of the Webinar Talk Show. If you want to see more, you can go to webinartalkshow.com or our Facebook page. Please like it, share it with your friends, and we've got some really good interviews coming up next week. I hope that all of you have realized that you're the person who has to take ownership for how you're going to stay in touch, because out of sight is out of mind. Let's face it, most of us have done our entire careers by being together with other people. We've worked in offices. We're used to being part of teams. And occasionally, sure, there's reasons that we've worked from home, but for the most part, we have worked together and we have been in the crowd.
And it's time to get creative. You can't do the same thing that every single one of your competitors is doing to get the attention of your customers and your prospects. You have to do things that are out of the box. This is why I talk about being creative in ways that you reach out to people.
If your competitor is doing a better job of cultivating relationships during these unprecedented times, here's what's going to happen. When we get to the other side, who do you think is going to win more business? If they're doing a better job of keeping in touch with clients and prospects and referral sources, it's going to be them. And I want to leave you with this thought. Remember, your competitor's prospect is your client.